Hello, my name is Dustin Rennells, and today we are making grilled peach tartlets. The first thing we're going to do is prepare our dough. This is just some regular pie dough. You can get it from the grocery store, or you can make your very favorite recipe. I thought it'd be a little bit easier because these are all nice and flat for us. So what we're going to do is just take out our doughs side by side, throw a little flour over it, and we're just going to roll it so that they're nice and flat so that all the edges get underneath, just like that. Then we're going to butter the top side of both of the doughs, and they're eventually going to go on the grill. In this case, we're going to cut these into some smaller circles first. We're going to try to get about 6 out of this one, and then we're going to leave our second dough whole. Okay, with our big dough here, we've already buttered the surface of it, and we're just going to do the exact same thing for the small ones here. This will help it from sticking to the surface of the grill. Perfect. We have our grill heated to approximately 350 to 425, somewhere in the medium-high range, and we're going to just take our dough, we're going to flip it right onto the surface of the grill. Then we're going to take our small circles and we're going to line those around the outside. We're going to let these go for 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to butter the top side, then we're going to flip them and let the other side cook for an additional 3 to 5 minutes. At this point, the doughs look beautiful. They have some nice grill marks on it. So we're going to take our melted butter, put it over the surface, then our sugar and cinnamon. Now we'll let that sit, and then we'll take it off in just a minute. Our next step is to get the peaches ready for the grill. So what we're going to do is take all of our cut peaches, put them in our bowl here. We're going to roll them around with a little bit of olive oil so they won't stick. You can put them directly on the grill if you would like to, or you can go ahead and put them on a skewer just in case you're worried about them falling through the cracks. You just want to make sure that you soak your skewers for at least 30 minutes to an hour before you start, otherwise they could catch on fire. So then once they're coated in the olive oil, we're just going to take them, put them on the skewer. Then we can go straight on the grill. At this point, we have all of the peaches on the grill, so we're going to let those sit for 2 to 6 minutes per side while we go ahead and do our whipped cream. To do that, we're going to start with our heavy cream. We're going to pour it into our bowl. You want to make sure both your bowl and your cream are cold. Then we're going to place in our sugar. And then we're going to turn our mixer on. We're going to put this on approximately a low to medium setting until it starts to thicken up, and then we're going to speed it up just a little bit and then bring it back, so that way we're not going to over whip them too quickly. Okay, perfect. We want to go ahead and keep it at some soft peaks, which is what it's at right now. So we're going to go ahead and step away from that for a moment while we flip our peaches. The effect we want here is just some nice grill marks as well as softening of the peaches, so they're basically cooking at the same time, and they're coming along very, very nicely. We're going to go back to our whipped cream for one more second while we put in our finely chopped basil. And we're just going to mix that in by hand so that we don't deflate our whipped cream. Okay, we can set both of these aside while the peaches finish cooking for their additional 2 to 6 minutes. Okay, at this point we're going to start melting our butter in a heat-proof bowl right on top of our grill. If you were doing this at home, you could just do this on the stove top. You don't have to grill your peaches, you just want to warm them up a little bit. So now that our butter is almost melted, we're going to take in our sugar and our cinnamon. We're just going to mix that up lightly. Our peaches are almost done grilling, and as soon as this is mixed up to a nice little cinnamon caramel paste, we're going to drop our warm peaches into it and just let them keep sitting while we start plating the rest of our dessert. So now our peaches have some beautiful grill marks on it, and we're just going to drop them right off the skewer. just like that. We'll give them a quick toss in the cinnamon and sugar, being careful not to break the peaches up too much. Okay, so now we're ready for plating. So what we're going to do is we'll take our first original disc and we'll set it right on the base of our plate. With our big dough, what we're going to do is just sort of cut it into some sort of a decorative shape, whatever you're feeling that day. I like to use a pizza cutter. Just kind of get some cool shapes going. It kind of falls apart on its own because it's a nice flaky pie dough. Perfect, we have something to work with. So now on top of our pie dough circle, we're going to take a nice scoop of ice cream. We might do 2 just because these are small. We're going to grab our warm peaches. We'll just decoratively set them around. Then we're going to top the whole thing off with some of our basil whipped cream. And then just for decoration, we'll take our little pie dough circles or shapes that we made. We can place it right in. And there we go, we have our grilled peach tartlets.